Curious Fred Lee is a natural-born entertainment reporter who laps up celebrity gossip and dishes it out. Almost every day, he flits from event to event in our town to capture the magic and some of the mayhem. He's a regular CBC radio guest, a newspaper columnist, a social butterfly of sorts, an entertaining MC, and he works at UBC. It is my pleasure to welcome Fred Lee to Studio 4 to tell us more.
Thank you so much for having me.
How do you balance your day? My gosh, you have a real job with the alumni promotion, right? Associate
Alumni
Director
Relations.
of Alumni Relations.
Yes.
That's the day job.
Yes.
And you flit about this town, camera in hand, to write columns and appear on CBC and dish the good stuff and the bad stuff.
Generally the good stuff. And you know, if you spoke to my mom, she would probably say, you know, the real job is the UBC job, but you know, go and have fun in the evenings and do your thing. But yeah, it's quite the life. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to all, but thankfully this body is still holding up and doesn't require more than 5 hours sleep, so.
That's good.
Yes.
Are you asked to everything that happens in this city, or do you have to call up and say, hello, I'd really like to come to the function in the Seagull's backyard? You
know, I've been really blessed. I've been doing this now for almost a decade, and it's gotten to the point where the invitations are, you know, in the inbox or they're in the mail, and I do get a steady stream of publicists just saying, hey, if you have some time, we'd love for you to just drop by and have a look and or share the news.
Sure.
And, yeah.
And when you do, how do you decide who to put in the column or who to mention on the radio or who not to mention or what to not say? What's
well,
the litmus
of course,
test?
I'll always talk of good things of Fanny Kiefer.
Well, you have to, especially now.
Yes.
I hope you tweet it.
I do.
And you're on Urban Rush. You keep them.
Yes, it's hard. You know what? It's not easy. You know, given the fact that there are so many tremendous organizations that do good work. That, you know, I think I am very thankful, first of all, to have all these outlets, so I do have the opportunity to try and place them somewhere. And, but it gets more and more challenging because there's just more organizations, whether they're nonprofit or to even the larger organizations, arts organizations that so need our support right now.
So need.
So need. Well, you know, I get troubled when, you know,
Vancouver Playhouse,
Vancouver Opera,
Vancouver
Art Gallery,
a little better, not so good.
They're on the brink. You know, they are all just barely getting by, and you know, it's always a bit of a concern when it's the big six, and you know, we're seeing the results of the funding cutbacks, the gaming cutbacks. It's starting to impact not just the small organizations, but the large organizations. And more so now than ever, we need to buy a ticket, we need to attend their fundraisers because, you know, we take this for granted, but these arts organizations, you know, struggle daily to stay afloat, and we need to do our part. And it's simple as buying a ticket or a ticket to a fundraiser.
Just, if you hate going to those things, buy a table. You know, buy a table, give it to your staff.
Yes.
It's easy to do if you're like Peter Brown or Jimmy Pattison. Me, I could buy a chair.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because, you know, when I work at UBC, I talk to our alumni and say, it's not just your treasure, but you can also give of your time and talent.
Sure.
So consider volunteering. These organizations are, you know, scarce on human resources. So if you have time, give of your time to volunteer.
Well, a couple Saturdays ago, we did that.
Yes, thank you so much.
You did most of the work, I have to say, you and Sophie Louis. Right?
Celebrity Dim Sum. Did you enjoy yourself?
I had a great time. Well, Vicki Gabbro was my partner.
Yes.
And she went in the chicken feet eating contest. I could not believe it. What that
Bless
girl
her.
won't do for a laugh. You asked for a volunteer.
She put her hand up.
Immediately.
Immediately.
I was sitting next to her. I almost grabbed it. I don't know that she had ever had a chicken foot.
I think
before.
She put a couple in there. Well, it's because she has a foot fetish. I know I gave her a hard time. She loves shoes, so I thought she would be a natural.
It was great, though.
It was fantastic.
And I think for a cause, a good cause, she didn't win, unfortunately.
It was
I think she only ate one.
Maybe she tickled a toe or something. Or
Perhaps. And there, apparently, if you are Chinese, there is a way to eat chicken feet right.
Yes.
Right?
Well, I mean, it is an acquired taste, but you know, I enjoy the Phoenix Claw, as they're called.
Is that what they're called?
Phoenix Claws. Yes,
Oh.
they're fantastic. But I applaud Vicky. I applaud you. I applaud our dozen friends who gave of your Saturday morning for a couple of hours to raise funds for an organization. It was for AIDS Vancouver's Asian Community Outreach
Yes.
Program, and it was the biggest ever. It was the fourth
Well, you know, it's
annual,
good
biggest
because-
ever, and I was just thrilled because when I picked up the phone and said, "Can you participate?" you said yes right away.
I did, but I didn't make the column.
What's that?
I was noticing, I was looking at the Fred Lee column, and there was like Mayor Robertson and Vicky Gabbro.
Oh, you
See,
know
I
what?
look.
Oh, you do pay attention, don't you? I'm going to have to make it up to you. You know, that is a
no.
big challenge, I have to say.
Oh, for sure.
The biggest, the most time-consuming, I have to say, is going through all those photos and submitting all of
I
them.
bet.
But you know, I leave it to the photo editors. I don't necessarily make the final call. I submit as many as possible.
And you are great because you will say to whoever you're taking a picture of, what do you think? So they can say, not that one.
Yes.
No side shot of me, no double chin there, no ear sticking out, look at my hair, and you don't use it.
It's a small community. And you know, if you don't look good, I'm not going to look good. My columns aren't going to look good. So I have no problems with that. I know other journalists have issues with showing their photos. None
Yeah,
whatsoever.
no, I
None
like
whatsoever.
That. Now, themes. What's a good fundraiser today? Because there's so many. We have a lot of auctions.
Yes.
The Black and White Party, the
You know, there
Dinner
are
en Blanc.
there is no shortage of fundraisers, and we are in the height of society season and all the major fundraisers from the Crystal Ball to the Inspiration Gala. But you know, a theme that is popping up more so than ever before, along with the silent auction, the live auction, the raffles, is the fund a need. That's when someone just comes up on stage, it could be yourself, it could be me, where we're just asking the audience to fund a particular program. You know, you're not picking up something fabulous, you're just emptying your wallets to support a need. That could be, as recently I did Big and Little Sister matches,
Right.
where we just asked people to empty their pockets, $2,000 a match, $108,000.
Oh, see, that's good.
How fantastic is that? But more and more so, I am seeing at fundraisers this direct ask now. And I think that is something that it's taken a long time for people to realize or to understand that, you know what, I can just ask for money and people will give
Well,
it.
it's a good way to fundraise because, yes, you can bid on lunch with Kessler and Trevor Linden and
Or Fanny Kiefer.
Fanny Kiefer.
Yes.
Well, Gabbro and I are bought occasionally. But coordinating it all, you know, for the people too. They buy
Yes.
you, and then they can't. They're busy people always, and they can't go, and you can't go, and all of that. So why not? I think a lot of people would just be happy to write the check.
You know what? We
if they
have
could.
enough material things in our lives, and you know, I don't
You
think
need
we
another
need to be.
Ganesh on your lawn, or
Yeah.
a swan.
And I just really think, you know, for those who truly can, you know, simply writing a check, it goes a long way, and
Sure.
it goes to directly to what you want to fund.
Or volunteering at Union Gospel Mission or something
Yes.
like that for turkey dinner. And,
Yes. How
you know,
amazing was that?
Stuffing an orange into a sock and giving it away. It's great.
I
really
can't
good.
say enough about the return. You don't, you know, not only are you supporting great charities and the work that they do, but you know what? You would be surprised how good you feel after knowing that your contribution has gone to helping, you know, this child, let's say big sisters and little sisters, have the opportunity to have a study buddy or a mentor. It's transformative. You may not see it directly, but if you hear back from these kids, as we did the other night, it's transformative.
Very much so.
Yeah.
On your list of highs,
Yes.
parties you've been to and you think, wow, gobsmacked.
Yes.
Ridiculously cool. Raised money for somebody, maybe didn't raise money, just had a great party. What stands out?
Well, you know, Jackie Cohen always knows how to throw a great party.
In that great house.
Yes, and she's been sort of the belle of the ball for many years and throwing her Face the World house parties. But you know, someone who's come on the scene of late, Saida Salem, owners of Le Vipin and La Stella wineries, she lately has...
I like La Stella.
Oh, I know, they're fantastic
Yum.
wines. But you know, she's also a philanthropist, and she has given to many charities, and she has hosted one in the Okanagan at her winery, which was just over the top, just phenomenal.
Oh, I'm sure.
And proceeds went to the United Ways Women United in Philanthropy and the South Okanagan General Hospital. And again, she was able to attract the who's who in the area and Vancouver to jet set to this incredible, incredible party in the middle of her vineyard. Simon Cooksley, who's an amazing party producer, the same person that does Jackie's parties, was behind that one, and it was just a fantastic, fantastic event. I can't explain, you just have to be there. It was simply magical, and I don't get gobsmacked too often.
But when it's a summer night,
it was just absolutely
and there's
gorgeous.
music, and they had, I think, the Canadian tenors up at Mission Hill, somebody, or Jeannie Stillwell, the mezzo-soprano, and you're sipping a little wine, and you're in a beautiful field. What about those long, they have them in the Hamptons all the time, in Martha's Vineyard, and long table dinners. I think they have them at Whistler now.
Yes.
Where you get all
gussied
up.
Oh, they're phenomenal, these long table dinners. I was able to attend one outstanding in the field with James Walt in Pemberton, and I met folks that traveled from around the world. Like, they're groupies that come and follow these chefs.
With great chefs and
enjoy some great
and
food.
Fabulous wine.
And it all goes to fantastic charities. It's just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
When you walk into a restaurant, any restaurant in Vancouver, lowbrow, highbrow, do they give you treats? I'm trying to really ask, what are some of the perks of what you do?
It's really embarrassing because, I love what I do, and I do it because I really care about these organizations. I don't expect anything in return. So it's a little embarrassing. I just, but the little perks, they know you by name, which is always nice. You generally get a good table, and, but I love...
Two by the bathroom, not your style.
Depends how quickly I need to go, I guess. But they're very respectful. I think that's what I love about Vancouver. It's a city where no matter how big your head is, or your celebrity is, or your personality is, generally, I think Vancouverites will leave you alone, and I just enjoy spending the time with my partner or my family,
and our foodie scene is so hot.
It is
right
just
now, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Hello.
Oh, I know. It's just phenomenal. I just participated in a fundraiser with Dale McKay, Canada's top chef.
Top chef, and he has a new restaurant.
It's
called
just
Ensemble
is the new restaurant. But here's a tip for you: he's opening a second one. A few blocks down. You heard it first here, and hopefully by December, the doors will open, and not too far away. But he's going to serve some pub fare.
Well, it's a bit of a trend. I'm seeing it as the economy tanks.
Yes.
Or it hasn't tanked, but tanks. Not sure, depending on where you live.
Right.
People are looking for great food.
Good value.
Not so expensive. Good value.
Yeah, it's all about good
Absolutely.
value. And I think Dale has figured that out. I mean, we've just got a great food scene. And you know what? Again, I can't say enough. Here's another trend. A lot of these fundraisers are really being supported by artists. So, for all the various art auctions, artists are donating.
Gordon Smith, UMC,
yes,
that one.
Just a tremendous amount of art is being donated by artists, and a tremendous amount of time are being donated by culinary artists. So these chefs like Dale McKay, like David Hawksworth, like Ned Bell, they're artists as well. And it's always...
Bishop and Vikram and all
and I find
them.
it very interesting.
I know.
They don't necessarily have that much money.
No wonder you get the odd free salad. Thank you. Nice to see you.